Somewhere, in a boardroom this year, an executive paid a consulting firm a lot of money to explain how AI could do your job. Then, they cut your role and kept the invoice. Here's the part almost nobody says out loud. The person who understands that exact mechanism best isn't the consultant who wrote the report. It's you, the one it happened to. I'm Xander Tran. I spent 19 years building platforms for other people before AI gave me a reason to build one for myself. This video is for the entrepreneur or the solo consultant who wants to outrun the big legacy firms, take control of your own pipeline, and market yourself as an AI consultant in your niche. Not someday, this year. I will share with you 3 pillars: how AI consulting is shifting, the unfair advantage you already have, and where the opportunity actually is, plus how you close it. For decades, a handful of consulting brands owned the room. Tribal knowledge. You had to be inside the building to get it. That knowledge isn't locked up anymore. It's sitting in public case studies, in tutorials, in language models trained on all of it. A solo consultant and a 400-person firm are now standing on the same field, using the same research tools. Here's what happened to a lot of the big firms while nobody was watching. Consulting used to mean precise guidance that saved a company real time and real money. Then the model scaled. Armies of analysts, glossy decks, upsells on implementation the client didn't need yet, priced for billable hours, not outcomes. AI is exposing that math. In Australia, Deloitte had to partially refund the government after a $440,000 report contained fabricated references, non-existent academic sources, and even a fake quote from a federal court judgment. The revised version disclosed that generative AI had been used in writing part of the report. That's the shift. Independent AI consultants can ship faster, with a fraction of the overhead, and often with more depth than the firm charging 10 times the rate. Reality check first, because skipping this gets people in trouble. Most companies are still at zero with AI. Using it well is a luxury right now, not a right. You don't use AI to fix a business. You fix the business. Then you use AI where it actually fits. Your job in the room has 2 parts. Find the real problem, then decide if AI is even the right tool for it. Now here's the advantage almost nobody names. If AI displaced you, you didn't just lose a job. You sat inside the exact mechanism companies are now paying strangers to explain to them. Picture the operations manager who watched her department's reporting get automated line by line over 18 months. She knows exactly which reports the new system got wrong, which ones nobody double-checked, and which piece of judgment the model still can't replace. Nobody flying in from a big firm has that. She lived it. You watched which tasks got automated first. You know what broke when they did. You know what the team on the other side of that decision actually needed and never got. That's not a talking point. That's the resume. The work breaks into 4 buckets. You don't need all 4. You need to know which one fits the room you're standing in. Strategy and roadmap. Help a company build an AI approach that upskills people instead of replacing them. Most of this work isn't glamorous. It's fixing a messy CRM and inconsistent data before anyone touches a model, because AI on top of bad data just produces confident wrong answers faster. Teaching people to use the tools, not how to use ChatGPT, how to turn a business requirement into a working draft automation. Tools like N8N, Zapier, Make, and PipeDream do the heavy lifting once someone can describe what they need in plain language. A single workshop teaching this can outperform a contract worth 10 times as much, because the client walks out able to do it themselves. Advisory, not just building. A lot of engagements move faster once the client's own people are trained, or once they hire someone who already knows the company's rhythm. Your value here is judgment. What's worth automating? What the risk is? What happens when the automation breaks at 2 a.m. and nobody's watching? Teach them to fish. Get paid for the clarity, not just the keystrokes. Prompt engineering. This might be the single most valuable skill in the room right now. Train a team to write prompts that pull accurate, sourced, useful answers instead of confident guesses. Show them how a screen recording turns into a written process, and how that process turns into a real automation. One warning here. Some companies have spent tens of thousands of dollars on a fancy retrieval system, only to learn a year later they'd built a beautiful answer to the wrong question. Chase the bottleneck, not the architecture that looks impressive in a slide. Two things separate the consultants who last from the ones who burn out chasing every client. First, pick a lane. A true generalist across every industry is slow to build and hard to trust. Pick one or two industries you already know. Build a kit of templates for that specific world. Real estate listings and syndication steps, hedge fund compliance workflows, whatever it is, and show up with the kit instead of a blank page. Second, be honest about where the value actually sits. Model costs keep dropping towards zero, so raw knowledge alone is worth less every quarter. What still holds value is your ability to package it, deploy it, and drive the outcome. Show up like a small, fast unit that gets things done, not a lecture. That's how a solo consultant outmaneuvers a firm with 4,000 employees and one client in the room. Employers announced 397,755 job cuts through May 2026. 87,714 of those, 22% of the total, were tied directly to AI. That number already passed all of 2025's AI-attributed cuts, with time still left on the calendar. Check out Challenger Gray and Christmas, May 2026, if you're interested. What you'll see is, that's not a story about one bad quarter at one company. That's a wave, and it's aimed at the exact layer of experience sitting on the other side of this camera right now. If this makes sense to you, and you're the person who used to be invisible, the one who did the work and let someone else take the meeting, I built a free training that walks through the full reframe. No opt-in required to watch it. It's called the Invisible Expert Method, and the link is in the description below.